looking for cool layout ideas that will take your flyers to the next level, keep watching this tutorial episode. When we're trying to create engaging flyers, there's literally so many options. And one of the best ways to start is by looking at the inspiration wall. So there's a lot of different templates that you can look at. There's some premium, there's animations, there's the featured one. So you can literally lose yourself in looking at these great templates that you can remix and make your own. So I picked 3 templates that we're going to go over, and we'll talk about the key insight that makes these really effective and cool flyers. Our first example here uses great vertical type to really captivate attention. So if you have a lot of copy, this is a great way to break it down and still keep your design engaging. It also mixes up the content with the way that your type is facing. So you have your vertical type, which is great for headlines. This is very effective when you're trying to capture attention really quick, but you have a lot of copy. So you can get really clever. So as you can see, you can even blow it up and make it even larger to create more of a captivating feel and a bold effect with the type. When you do make your type larger, make sure that it's still legible if you are placing it under another type of copy, as you can see here. Then you have like what you can call a sub-headline. You can still see the day of this event. So if you're thinking about running a promotion, it's super effective to lay it out like this. And then you have your other type here that's smaller. It has great hierarchy, so it's easy to follow, and it's very creative with the way that it's structured. You can use this type of layout for essentially any type of promotion that you're trying to do for your flyers. And you can even get creative and use this for your Instagram stories. Just add a swipe up feature and there you go. This next example is really effective because it actually incorporates forms and text. The way that the text is laid out on the left actually allows you to read a lot easier from left to right, keeping your focus on the left for the copy, and on the right side would be more of your visual elements. So that's really effective if you're trying to share your content and grab attention really fast. And what I really love about this design is that it has simple, beautiful forms. It has these nice little line elements, and we can even get creative and add another layer. So I'm going to tap on add. This is a super exciting update for me, so I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. So I'm going to tap on add image, and I'm literally going to import it from anywhere where I want to. I'm just going to go into my Creative Cloud to find the image that I want to use. So let's say I want to use this photo. I'm just going to tap on open, and this beautiful pop-up shows up, and this is where you get to select. You can pin it to the background, which is usually what we were able to do, but now you have the option to move freely. Essentially, you can place this on top. So I'm going to tap on move freely. Now you can see this guy can move anywhere, which is super exciting. It doesn't have to be a PNG transparent image anymore. It can just be a JPEG. Now we're going to crop it to a certain shape. Since we have these beautiful triangle forms, I'm just going to tap on triangle, and as you can see, it's cropped it. Now I have this fun little whimsical added photo to add for my art festival that I am running. I'm not really running an art festival, but it gives you an idea of what we can use with this latest update. And then you can take it another level. Once you have this and you want to make it your own brand, you just tap on brand. If you're a premium user or a Creative Cloud user, this is super helpful. You can tap on brandify, and essentially you can keep tapping until you get a mixture of your own brand colors that you've set up. And then you can go in and do some final tweaks. I can go in and adjust some of the other colors, but essentially it's going to cut a lot of time on your project workflow, which is great. So our last example, many people may not really consider a flyer design per se, but it can be really used in an effective way. Here's why. It's a beautiful minimal design that has the type at the very top, so you can use this essentially to create a cover. So let's say you're having a lead generation opt-in and you want to design your own cover for a digital book. Here's a great idea that you could use this. And what's really great about this is that it has this beautiful large space for your image. So it allows you to share the details, as you can see, of this woman's face that's very expressive. So this is a great way to connect with your content. If you have products you want to feature, illustrations, this is a great flyer design that you might want to consider to use in your Adobe Spark post designs. And you can get really creative with these flyers. I just went and had some fun and created something that could be for a cover if I ever write a book, but this is just to give you some ideas of the applications that you can do when you remix one of Adobe Spark Post templates. Let's take a look at a different example. We see this corporate style flyer here, and it's really, really effective. There's not a lot of copy, but it's very intentional with the copy that it's using. So we have at the top left their brand mark and their logo. So you have that brand recognition from the start. And at the right, you see this call to action, which is really helpful when you're trying to really stand out, especially for print. This works just like with social media. You're trying to capture attention. Then at the bottom, you have the information on how to call them and get in contact. What I would do here is change the colorize effect on this image. When we have this little yellow overtone, which works great with the colors, you have to take a look at how this changes their face complexion because she looks a little green. So what I would do is just remove that, and I feel like this already stands out. She's looking at the actual call to action, so that's very effective. Her eye makes you travel to the call to action. So as you use images, also think about that with your structure. Overall, this is a really great effective flyer. It has great negative space, and it really allows you to put your information forward without looking too busy. Now let's take a look at this last design. This flyer, I actually designed it for you guys so you can download the remixable template. Just look into the description, and I've actually included every single remixable template link for you to access. So if there's any of these that you like and you want to reuse, go ahead. And if you do use these, make sure you let me know because I would love to see that, and I'm sure Adobe Spark would too. Now in this template, it's really effective because it uses bold bursts of color, but it's not so much to take away from the actual sale item. We do use some organic elements, some icons to create these nice little overlays of texture. This is great if it aligns with your brand. Now, I didn't want it to be too busy for it to take away from the actual photo of the lady wearing the Diva jacket. Obviously, all of this is just make-believe, but it gives you a great idea of how you can structure this. So at the very top in bold and red, we want people to know it's a flash sale. Red is an actual color, so this is really effective to grab the eye really quick and let people know. And it contrasts with the blue in the background. And across the design in key element areas for the type, we use that same red. So when I'm trying to share what days the sale goes, I'm using Friday and Tuesday and the actual word Diva in that same red color that we have for the background so that it has some repetition and it helps as far as the design aesthetic. So as you can see, you can create all these fantastic designs using remixable templates. So as you look for more inspiration and designs to use from the inspiration wall, make sure you consider these things that I mentioned. How is a type set up, or what type of elements included in the design help you elevate and capture the attention. This is Nicte Cuevas of Nicte Creative Design. Until the next episode.